A human should not be able to hunt an antelope by running after it. The animal is faster, stronger, built for escape. In a sprint, the human loses almost instantly. So why would a slow body become dangerous? That is the strange part. Early humans may have discovered that the first burst of speed was not the real battle. The real battle came after the animal thought it had escaped, after the first run, after the first stop, after the first moment of relief. Because if the human found the trail again, the chase was not over. The animal could win the sprint and still lose the hunt. That idea sounds impossible. But under the right conditions, it may have turned humans into one of the strangest predators on Earth. Not because we were faster, not because we were stronger, but because we could keep coming back. So the real question is not whether humans could outrun faster animals. They could not. The darker question is, could they run them until running was no longer enough? Modern humans do not look like terrifying predators. Put a person beside a deer, a horse, or an antelope, and the comparison almost feels embarrassing. We do not have claws. We do not have fangs. Most animals can sprint away before we even react. Even a house cat can explode into motion faster than a person expects. So the idea that humans could chase an animal until it collapsed sounds wrong. It feels backward. Predators are supposed to be fast. Prey is supposed to escape. But human bodies carry a strange advantage that is easy to miss. We are not built only for sudden speed. We are built to cool down, to sweat, to keep moving after the first burst has already ended. Maybe early humans did not need to outrun the animal. Maybe they needed to outlast it. How could a slow human threaten a faster animal? How could a creature without claws, fangs, or great sprinting speed become dangerous in an open landscape? The answer may lie in a different kind of hunting. Not a quick ambush. Not a sudden leap from the grass. Not one perfect strike. A long pursuit. A chase where the animal wins the first minute, while the human tries to win the next several hours. This idea is known as persistence hunting. It begins with one brutal truth. Speed and survival are not always the same thing. Picture a hot, open landscape, dry ground, sparse shade, dust rising under bare feet. A small group of early humans spots an animal in the distance. Maybe it is young, maybe it is old, perhaps it is injured. It may have separated from the herd, or it is simply found at the wrong time of day. The first move belongs to the animal. It bolts. For a few seconds, the hunt looks impossible. Its legs cover distance quickly. Its body is built for escape. If this were only a sprint, the story would already be over. But the humans are not trying to win that first burst. They are trying to stay connected to the animal after it ends. In 2004, anatomist Dennis Bramble and paleoanthropologist Daniel Lieberman argued that endurance running may have played an important role in the evolution of the genus Homo. Their point was not that humans were great sprinters. It was almost the opposite. Compared with many four-legged animals, humans are poor at short bursts of speed. But the human body carries unusual traits for distance. Long legs, spring-like tendons, stabilizing muscles, upright posture, and a strong ability to release heat. That matters because a hunt like this would not begin with humans looking powerful. It would begin with the animal disappearing. One tracker notices disturbed dust. Another sees grass pushed in one direction. Someone remembers that animals often move toward shade or water as heat rises. The prey vanishes behind brush. The hunters slow down. They read the ground. They make a careful guess. Then they move again. The chase is no longer about seeing the animal every second. It is about not losing the story written in the landscape. A pursuit like this could fail almost anywhere. Lose the tracks, and the animal is gone. Choose the wrong direction, and hours of energy disappear. Move too slowly, and the prey has time to recover. Push too hard, and the hunters exhaust themselves first. Heat could help humans, but it could also punish them. A person who misjudged distance, water, shade, or timing might become the one in danger. The animal was not helpless. It could turn into thicker cover. It might rejoin a herd. Rocky ground could erase the trail. Another predator might appear. Scavengers could reach a kill before the humans did. Even success created a new problem. If the animal finally collapsed miles from camp, how would the group bring the meat back? Who would guard it? Which person remembered the safest way home? This was not just running. It was tracking, pacing, heat management, risk calculation, memory, teamwork. The animal had speed. The humans needed patience. That is what makes this strategy so strange. At first, the human advantage did not look powerful. It looked slow. Many animals are excellent sprinters, but sprinting creates heat. When a four-legged animal runs hard, body temperature can rise quickly. To cool down, it may need to stop, pant, seek shade, or reduce movement. That creates a problem during a long chase. An animal cannot always pant effectively while galloping. Daniel Lieberman has explained this as one reason humans may have held an unusual advantage in hot conditions. Humans can sweat across much of the body. Sweat allows heat to leave while movement continues. Less body hair, exposed skin, upright posture, and steady breathing all matter in this kind of pursuit. The dangerous part was not one fast run. It was repeated interruption. The animal runs. Then it stops to cool down. The humans appear again. Another burst begins. The sun remains high. Shade stays out of reach. Each escape makes the animal hotter. Every pause becomes shorter. Decision by decision, the body loses room to recover. At first, the animal is escaping. Later, it may only be delaying exhaustion. That is the terrifying power of persistence. The predator does not have to be faster. It only has to return before the prey fully recovers. Running alone was not enough. A fit person could still fail. The real weapon was the combination of body, mind, and group knowledge. Louis Liebenberg, who studied tracking and persistence hunting among sand hunters in the Kalahari, described this kind of hunt as far more than endurance. Hunters had to know when conditions were right. They needed to read tracks. Terrain mattered. Wind mattered. Heat, shade, and animal behavior mattered too. A footprint was not just a mark. It was information. A broken stem was direction. Dust still settling could mean the animal had passed recently. A bird lifting suddenly from the grass might reveal movement ahead. The mind had to rebuild an unseen path. Where would a tired animal go? Would it turn toward water? Would shade pull it in another direction? Could it circle back? This is where human intelligence became physical. The brain was not separate from survival. It moved through the landscape with the feet. A group made that strategy stronger. One hunter might lose the trail. Another could find it. One person might tire. Someone else could continue. A companion might carry water. Another could remember the return path. Someone had to watch for danger. A single animal was trying to escape. A group of humans was trying to think longer than it could run. This is where the story has to stay honest. Persistence hunting was not magic. It was not easy. It did not work everywhere. Early humans did not casually jog after animals and win every time. Some researchers have argued that this strategy may have been rare, difficult, and dependent on very specific conditions. That criticism matters. Hot open terrain, the right animal, strong tracking skills, group coordination, access to water, and timing could all decide whether the hunt was possible. Early humans also got food in many other ways. They scavenged. They gathered. They used tools. They ambushed. They learned from animals. They took opportunities when the landscape gave them one. Recent research has also pushed back against the idea that endurance hunting was too rare to matter, pointing to many recorded examples of long-distance pursuit in hunts across different regions. So the honest version is not. Early humans always ran animals to death. The stronger version is, under the right conditions, some humans may have turned heat, tracking, sweat, endurance, and teamwork into a weapon. That is still remarkable. It means one of the strangest human advantages was not raw strength. It was the ability to continue when other animals needed to stop. Modern life hides this ancient ability. Most people do not chase prey across hot ground anymore. We sit in cars, work at desks, order food, watch distance happen on screens instead of feeling it in our legs. Still, the old body has not disappeared. You can see it when people train for marathons, when hikers keep moving after hours on a trail, when search and rescue teams cover ground slowly and patiently, when someone refuses to stop after speed is gone. We often think of power as something explosive, the fastest strike, the strongest bite, the sudden attack. Human power was not always like that. Sometimes it was quiet, sweat dripping, feet aching, eyes scanning the dust. One more step, then another, then another. The modern world celebrates the sprint. But part of human survival may have been built on something less dramatic and more frightening: the ability to keep coming, return to the hunt, The animal has run again and again. Its first escape was fast. The second was shorter. Now the sun is high. Its mouth is open. Heat is building inside its body. It looks back and sees the same figures still moving behind it. Not close enough at first. Then closer. Still there. Still following. Still refusing to disappear. That is what made early humans such strange predators. We were not the fastest. We were not the strongest. Claws and fangs did not make us dangerous. Under the right conditions, heat, sweat, memory, tracking, teamwork, and time may have become the weapon. The animal ran to escape. The human ran to continue. Sometimes, continuing was enough. Prehistory did not disappear. It still lives in the strange human belief that one more step can change everything.